So, you can play this one of two ways.
What am I stopped for?
You can step outside the vehicle or we drag you outside the vehicle.
If you damage my property or try to, there will be a fight on the side of the road because then you are unlawfully trying to attack me.
I want to play in the sovereign citizen script. And yes, I'm going to use the word sovereign citizen. I know they don't want to be called that. They want to be called American nationals, but I have no respect for them. So out of lack of respect, I will continue to call them sovereign citizens. And what the worst thing not only is it bad enough to follow that script, which will end up not working out for you, but to make threats, to threaten an officer with something if they take action against you, that goes beyond the level of sovereign citizen stupid. Well, let's just watch this video. It's very entertaining.
Name and badge number, sir?
Tomorrow to celebrate the day. Great Twin Band, Steve Winwood.
Name and badge number.
Hello, fellow Columbusites, Columbusers. Hello, City of Columbus. And now it's the Friendly Apex Pros banner.
I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm a free human that lives on Earth. Are you a human being? Are you a human being?
As you can see here, the cops really don't have any patience for the Sov-Cit crap. This is in Ohio.
That's true. No.
That
Don't roll it.
open.
Don't roll that down. Over here. Over here. Over here.
That window's down.
Over here. Over here. That one don't work.
And you see this guy is speaking for the driver. And he's telling the driver, which is his wife, not to roll down the window. And then telling the cops that window's broke. Well, he's bullshitting them. But who cares about that? The cop's going to come over to the other window. But let's see how this works out.
So, name and badge number.
What's your name, sir?
Name and badge number, sir, for the record.
Sergeant Chris Walker, badge number 276.
All right, Chris Walker, 276.
Yep.
All right.
All right. I need her driver's license.
No.
Yeah.
Fourth Amendment constitutional right, and I'm allowed to be secure. My personal papers in effect.
Okay.
So is she. We're not giving you anything. My Fifth Amendment constitutional right is to be...
I need you to exit the vehicle.
No.
Pennsylvania versus Mims says that you need to exit the vehicle. It's an unlawfully stopped motor vehicle. So, you can play this one of two ways.
What am I stopped for?
You can step outside the vehicle or we drag you outside the vehicle.
See, there it is, Pennsylvania versus Mims. If a cop asks you to step out of the vehicle, you're required to do so. So that's constitutional law there, buddy. And anyway, and speaking for his wife, so he's causing his wife more problems, demanding that she not give him the license. This is just terrible. I don't know what to say. I feel sorry for his wife, to be honest with you.
Murdoch, Pennsylvania, that shutters. I don't know. Pennsylvania Mims with me. No, you cannot.
Yes.
If you damage my property or try to, there will be a fight on the side of the road because then you are unlawfully trying to attack me.
Did you hear that? The cop hadn't said he was doing anything right now. He was asking the guy to step out of the vehicle and asking for his wife's driver's license. He didn't say anything else that he was going to damage the car or anything at that point. This guy is making threats. And if you notice, when you make that threat, those cops take that threat seriously. At this point, the cop's going to stall him until the rest of the police get everything set up for what they're about to do. Because he already crossed the line when he made that threat.
I'm not trying to do anything.
Okay.
Numerous times to step out of the vehicle.
Do you know what? Do you know what a 1983 is?
1983 what?
USCC 1983.
Yeah, that's...
I can sue you.
Man,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad you turned
All right.
that around.
I have all the. I'm a constitutional law scholar. I'm into all this.
Anybody thinks he's a constitutional law scholar, I'll give you $1 million. But you know, this guy you see a lot of things that these guys are bringing up out of their car is stuff you need to bring up in court, not stuff you bring up on the roadside. That's where you get your citation. You're not actually being charged with anything until you go through court and the judge decides. So arguing with the cop over these things is really not profitable for anybody. It's just wasting their time, your time, everybody else's time. These things need to be handled in court, not on the side of the road.
I'm a sheriff deputy, right?
Do you not understand that you uphold you took an oath, right?
You understand that?
Did you take an oath?
Right?
Did you take an oath?
Are you going to allow me to speak, sir?
I want you to answer my question. Did you take an oath?
Yes, I did. I've taken.
What was that oath?
During which time?
To uphold the Constitution.
During my military service or during my law enforcement?
Either one.
Both.
What does your oath have to do with a simple traffic stop? You were lawfully pulled over, and even if you weren't, you have court. That's what you have court for, to prove that you were pulled over inappropriately. It's not on the side of the road to decide these things. That deputy is not a judge, so why are you even arguing this with him?
So you're supposed to uphold the Constitution.
Okay.
And the rights of us public citizens.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the United States Supreme Court has also said that when a vehicle is lawfully stopped for a motor vehicle infraction, the officer has a right to ask all occupants from the motor vehicle to step outside.
This is not a motor vehicle.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. This is household goods, private property,
Okay. According
and that's under constitutional law too. It's deemed. I have Supreme Court cases if you want to look at them.
Really?
That says this is household goods, private property. Huh?
I've never heard a vehicle called household goods. It is private property. It does belong to somebody, either you, your wife, or the bank where you make payments to. I don't know who owns that vehicle. There's no argument there. That's not even part of the equation. The fact that you committed a traffic infraction, I don't even know what it is at this point. The cops do have a right to ask you to step out of that vehicle. You don't get to cherry pick the Constitution, but these guys call themselves constitutional lawyers. They're really constitutional cherry pickers. And then they take things out of context and case law out of context to cherry pick the law to work for them.
Does one of them include Pennsylvania versus Mims?
Yes.
Does it? Okay. Well, get it out so you can read it and understand it.
I don't have the Pennsylvania versus Mims with me this time.
I thought you just did.
Why are you looking in the back window?
Well, the cop needs to look in the back window because the cop has already been threatened with violence. Your husband threatened the cop with violence, so he's checking things out. And really what's going on right now is that cop is stalling him. The cops know exactly what they're doing. It looks like, man, the cops are spending all this time with this guy. Should bust out his window already, get him out of the car. Why argue with him over all this stuff? Well, you'll find out, and if you look at the other cops in the background, you'll see that they're setting up to do things.
I don't have that one with me right now. And there's Shuttersworth versus Birmingham. That window don't work. Hey, stop trying to damage my property. Do you not understand what USCC 241 is? Or 242? Do you not understand what USC 241-2 is? You guys are f***ing on...
You to make contact with me on the other side.
That window don't work. That window don't work. That window don't work. That window don't work. Are you not listening to me? That window does not work, and she is not getting out of her vehicle. We are allowed to be securing our person, papers, and effects by the Fourth Amendment constitutional right.
You see, but they ignore this one. Only the laws that apply for them, that they like. That's not how you do the law. But don't tell these guys that. My wife ain't going nowhere. See, he controls his wife. I think his wife would be freer if she just did what the cops asked her to do and stop listening to her husband. That's just going to make her life more miserable. as you will soon see.
Do you not understand that? You took an oath to uphold and protect. Now, in 242, you're working under outside of color of law. Hey!
Quit!
Stop banging on my f***ing window!
Don't damage. No, you're not. Damage to my mode of transportation. My public goods. My home goods.
Stop! Stop what you're doing!
Do I need to give him my driver's
No!
She's asking, do I need to give driver's license? He's like, no. But at this point, it's already too late. They should have given the driver's license a while ago. At this point, because he made that threat already, the cops are not going to let that threat slide. Even if she showed her license, maybe she'd get away, get off this if she started complying. But he's already beyond that. The cops are ready for him, and they're going to take him down.
Quit. Quit.
No!
I do not have to give you any ID. I don't feel safe with you. I am not.
If you break my window, we're going to...
I don't know why she don't feel safe with the cop. Because her husband already said he's going to kick the cop's ass.
fucking fighting. Because you're causing damage, harm to my property. Do you understand me? I said that window don't work. Come over here. You can speak to us over here. You can speak to her over here. Quit damaging my window. 242. Read that. Read that. Read that. Do you not understand you're working outside the color of law?
You and about every other one of these Sov-Cit American nationals are working outside the color of reality.
Read that. What the is wrong with you guys? Are you guys this serious? Do you not know this sits on YouTube live? You guys are live stream looking like clowns.
To me, the cops aren't looking like clowns. They look like they're preparing for something. I wonder what they're preparing for. Oh, yeah, some guy threatened them. So now they have to take action. The only one who's a clown is you, buddy. You and your Sov-Cit buddies. They're the clowns.
You're banging on citizens' windows for no reason. Hey, I need his supervisor. Whoever that guy is banging on window, I want his supervisor.
I don't work with him.
I don't give. I want his supervisor because you're going to be attached to the lawsuit.
See, these sovereign citizens are just like the Lowell's cows on YouTube. They're always going to sue. But these lawsuits never happen, do they? No, they don't. It's just a threat. But these cops work in law enforcement, so they already know the laws. They already know what they can get sued for and not get sued for. So this guy's just talking out of his ass.
Yeah, it's okay till I take your pension, your bank account, and your house.
What is this? You're putting down
Spike strips.
That's right. When the cops are putting down spike strips, they mean business. Okay, because you're not going nowhere. The cops have a plan already. They just haven't implemented it yet because they're taking their time and doing it right. And let's just see what happens here. We know what's going to happen, but let's just watch anyway.
Walker.
I mean, that's all you had to ask for. It's that easy, bud. I'm not trying to harm you guys.
What, did you forget what you just said? You threatened the cops. Now, I'm not going to harm you guys. You already threatened them. It's too late now.
Look at this tyrant ass cop back here. He's got his little gun, about to shoot up my truck.
Shoved it out the window.
Do you see what these people are doing to us right now? They want to just invade our space. They're
not invading your space. Maybe they are, but you made the threat, dude. They're reacting to your threat. You still think you have the upper hand with your Constitution. You think you're winning because it's taken so long for them to do anything. But you're too stupid to realize that they're on to you. And it's only a matter of a few minutes before you're going to find out what reality is, and it's going to come crashing down on your ass like you won't believe.
They don't understand they're working outside the color of law. UCC 1942 right here says they're working outside the color of law. It says, who under color of law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom willfully subjects any person in any state, territory, commonwealth, possession, or district of the deprivation of any rights, privileges, or immunities secured by, protected by the constitutional rights.
Does anybody out there actually believe this guy knows what he's reading? He doesn't. One of these Sov-Cit gurus gave him that paperwork, or he downloaded off the computer off of one of these Sov-Cit websites. He don't understand what he's reading, and neither do the people posted on the website. They just throw this stuff out there. These magic words are going to get you out of trouble, but they don't.
Walk over here. You guys don't understand what you're doing.
It may seem that way, but they know what they're doing. They have a plan.
They have blocked off the road. There's 1, 2,
That's because they're going to try to kill us.
4, 5.
They're going to try to kill us. What's your name and badge number?
If you actually believed that cops were trying to kill you, wouldn't you, as an act of survival, comply to the cops to save your own ass? To save your wife's life and your friend in the back seat's life? Wouldn't you do those things if you really truly believed that they were getting ready to kill you? They're getting ready to do something, all right, and you're not going to like what they're going to do. But it has nothing to do with you being threatened to death or anything. You're the one who made the threats anyway. The cops never made any threats to you.
Your name and badge number. Name and badge number. I can hear you. What's your name and badge number? I can hear you. Look at this shit, you guys. You on YouTube, Trouble?
I'm just recording on my phone. I'm going to post it.
Put it on YouTube Live. Get on YouTube Live right now.
Okay.
Hey, don't be hitting my truck.
I can't. You got any other weapons in that car?
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions?
Hey, you're impeding my First Amendment right. Turn that f***ing light out. You're not allowed to distort my camera.
Funny, I don't ever remember pointing a flashlight being a violation of the First Amendment. You have a right to freedom of religion and freedom of speech and freedom of assembly and freedom not to have a flashlight shown in your face.
You're destroying private property.
Hey, stop that.
That was him right there.
That was him. Hey, stop. What are you doing?
That was Jones.
Hey,
And that
what are you doing?
Step down.
What are you doing?
Arrest, step out of the vehicle.
What are you doing? Badge number. Name and badge number. Name and badge number.
Step out now.
No, name and badge number.
Step out. You're going to run out of
Name and badge number. You see what they're doing to us? This is on YouTube Live. These guys are breaking our window and harassing us. They're trying to kidnap us.
Step out of the car.
They're trying to kidnap us. What?
Exit the vehicle now.
They're trying to kidnap us. They're going to kill us. Hey, let go of my wife, bro.
Stay over there. Keep your hands up. Stay right there.
I ain't doing anything.
You're going to get it.
You see what I mean there? The cops were preparing. Now, his wife got thrown out of the car, because of her husband. Because her husband made a threat. The cops didn't know if there was any guns in these cars. Because when they make stops, these sovereign citizens, sometimes they don't go well for the cops. Sometimes it turns into a shootout. That has happened multiple times. These cops are quite aware of that. That's why they weren't playing games. You think that they were like that these guys were stalling the cops. The cops were stalling them. That guy could have just bashed a car window out at any time he wanted to. But they wanted to wait until they had enough cops there, had everything set up, the spike strips out, everything in place, and they wanted to inspect the car to make sure if they knew where any weapons were. They had to do this quickly. They had to break the window out, start grabbing people, start grabbing things. And you know, as soon as that window broke down, they started hitting that car with mace. So everybody in the car was being gassed, tear gassed, and some of the cops had weapons drawn, stood back a little further, because they had no idea what was going to happen. When you got a Sov-Cit citizen and they threaten a cop, they take that very seriously. This guy goes beyond the stupid sovereign citizen BS, because he started out by threatening the cop. Then he pretended like, that never happened and goes on with this script. But when you threaten the cop, that's it. It's over with, dude. It's not going to, cops take threats seriously. Especially nowadays with all these shootings going on. You see them in the news just about every day. Cops are not going to take threats lightly. His wife got thrown on the ground because he threatened the cops. This whole situation is not even about them being sovereign citizens. This is about a guy who made a threat to a cop. And that's what this whole thing is. They act like they're victims. They upload on YouTube as if they're victims of the oppressive police. But in reality, the police were just protecting themselves and protecting society from a guy who goes around making threats. If you threaten a police officer, you'll threaten anybody. If you shoot a police officer, you'll shoot anybody. That's how the old saying goes. That's why they're more serious about people who shoot or threaten cops, because that means they threaten other people. I'm sure he's threatened his wife or whatever. This guy controlling his wife, he's an abuser, a manipulator. But his manipulation techniques didn't work against the cops, did they? No, they did not.